Hi, I'm Gareth Hughes and I'm lead designer on Rigs from the Guerrilla Cambridge studio.
So what is Rigs?
Rigs is a competitive arena-based FPS fused with the excitement and drama of real sports. So it's exclusively for PlayStation VR, and we've basically built this game from the ground to take advantage of all the things that VR can give. That sense of place, that sense of being, it permeates everything that we do, from the aiming system to our front end systems to the way we design our arenas to the rig's inherent abilities, the way they move, the way they jump. Everything's geared around VR.
What were some of the challenges when making a game completely based around the headset VR experience?
So the first challenge for us really was that of experience. This was something new for us, and we had to translate the experience we had of building FPSs previously, and it was how to get that stuff working on VR. There was a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of trying new things and discarding them until we kind of found the combination of things that just really worked.
So talk about how you worked with Sony to develop your game through their Sony VR platform.
So we have the advantage of being first party, which means we get access to hardware really, really early on. So as the hardware's developed, we've seen the stages that it's gone through, and we've been able to kind of take the game that we're working on at Rigs and adapt to those changes. So it's not like things come to us as a surprise. You know, we're constantly evolving with the hardware.
So talk a little about the gameplay and the experience of Rigs.
So Rigs is a 3-on-3, like I said, arena-based multiplayer competitive shooter. And we've really tried to filter in as many kind of aspects of real-life sports to create that drama, that tension that you get in those. So for instance, the mode that we're using here at the show this week is called Power Slam, and it borrows quite heavily from basketball in a way, but the key difference being there is no ball. You, the player, are the ball. So you score by jumping through a giant hoop. Sounds kind of cheesy, but actually it's really, really fun. The other thing we've found really in terms of gameplay is that VR's allowed this, what could be quite a hardcore experience, to be really accessible. People, rather than having to have amazing pad skills, because they can aim with the headset, they're basically looking where they want to shoot, they can pick up and play much more easily. But we're still making sure that the depth is there for when advanced competitive players really want to engage with it. They can show their true skills.
So how have you designed this game with esports in mind?
So we've absolutely taken esports into consideration right from the get-go. We're trying to build a game with enough depth and enough opportunities for players to show their skill that they can really play at a competitive level. Now obviously we understand that you don't just make an esport, you make a game that can be an esport and people will come to it. And that's what we want to do. And absolutely, we'll listen to any feedback that's coming back from these kind of shows where, you know, people are getting first-hand experience, and we'll try and shape the game to make it that it can be played in that competitive fashion.
What's it like here at the PlayStation Experience, seeing people experience your game?
For me, this is like the payoff for 18 months really hard work. When you're in the studio, you know, you're developing and you can see the game's getting better and you can kind of see people enjoying it. But it's when you come here and you see people really engaging with it. They take the headset off and they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And that's kind of the general response we've had this week. It's just been phenomenal. I'm just blown away by it.
And when can people play Rigs, and what platforms will it be on, and is it exclusively for VR?
Yeah, so Rigs is absolutely exclusively for PlayStation VR.
When does it come out?
We're looking to come out in the launch window for PlayStation VR. I can't really say any more than that at this point.